next week and really for the next 4 weeks is when we're going to be getting into numbers in base 10. So hopefully, since we've kind of got a more strong foundation of just number sense, I feel like this year than last year, they'll be able to kind of come into it strong. So what we have projected is doing about 4 weeks with numbers in base 10. And when I've been looking through it this past week, the way that I was thinking about mapping it out is we could start with groups of 10. The whole first week the students are just working on grouping objects into groups of 10. Beans, counters, popsicle sticks, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the whole first week they're doing groups of 10. With our low groups, I was thinking to have them really just focusing on the teens, and in higher groups you can get them into
counting.
Yeah, and counting the ones. Especially with the lowest group. But some of our higher groups could probably go into like 20s, 30s, and 40s. You know, take them a while to count in group, but they'd still, be able to do it. So that's kind of where we could go into next week. And then 2 weeks from now, moving into the place value base 10 blocks. Showing them how to use the ones and the tens, kind of drawing the connection between making groups of tens and having the tens rod. And then week 3, going into comparing numbers with the symbols based on the place value, and then week 4, kind of doing a review and word problems, like kind of what they're going to be experiencing on the assessment, doing place value problems that involve, showing their work with pictures, how they can use the manipulatives to help them solve the word problems. Was that you? All right. So this is just a bunch of random notes, but that's when I had just looked some stuff online. That's kind of what I've seen. But for this next week, we can be working on grouping objects into tens.
Okay. Let's go more in depth into that then and get it skeletoned out so we know what we're doing each day.
Okay. I brought all of these books. You probably don't need all of them, but I think this might have to do with groups of 10. And then this is the Envision Math, and it's all about tens and ones. I feel like this probably focuses most on the teens, but it also gets into the decade numbers.
Yeah, and I mean, just to introduce it, we could just explain that we've been working on counting and grouping objects or numbers is an easier way to count, and that we're going to be practicing how to group. The assessment, how are we going to, we're going to lower the number, right?
For the first problem, it's 75 beach balls.
Right, yeah. We're going to change it.
You're right. Right down.
Are they going to actually be able to have objects and group them? Are we going to, like, half of the week do objects and then half of the week talk about, drawing pictures and stuff like that?
Say that again.
I said, are we, for the assessment, since we're going for them to be counting, popsicle sticks and beans and actual objects, when they solve it, which I feel like we should give the assessment for that at the end of the next week, don't you?
For number 1?
Yeah.
I think that we should introduce the place
Yeah, but it
value
asks about
blocks.
tens and ones, doesn't it?
Well, it's like, it shows how you can group it, so then using the tens and ones, like drawings would be another strategy. But we can do it in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Okay, all right.
So you're asking if they're going to be able to have access?
Yeah, how are we going to,
things that
to
they can
teach them
group?
how to solve something, because counting objects, like, I think that's really good at building their, but then when they get to the problem, are they going to be like?
Right. Well, so what we want to do is the whole first week is we're going to give them, they're going to be grouping objects into groups of tens and then seeing how many are left over.
Right.
But putting it in like real life situations, because that's basically what, she's got 75 beach balls, which is not quite realistic, but,
If we had these, this is group intents, on the ones that shows you how many groups of 10 there are and how many left over.
we can see if we can find those. I hope there's more. I think that there's more in the book.
Only people use straws.
11.
When
Yeah.
I say straws, only because they're familiar with straws,
Yeah.
because they use straws in calendar math for kinder. So that's something that they're used to, and so they group them, I know Miss McIntyre's room, they group them themselves and put a rubber band around it when they get 10. So something that they're familiar, like little straws, the small ones like we use for the
Coffee stirrers.
So maybe you could use that.
I have
So they
these.
have something
great.
hands-on.
Ooh, and those look like straws. Yay.
But I do think they need to have something hands-on too.
No,
Like
yeah,
that
I'm just
shape.
saying, like,
Yeah.
afterwards, like the second week,
Yes.
getting them to realize, like, this is a bundle of
Right.
10.
Right.
I just was looking through that.
Right, well, and even the first week we can be doing that. You know, they'll be using the real objects, but even in mini lessons and stuff, we'll be using pictures to help show them.
Right.
So they'll be using real objects and pictures, I think, that first week. We can have them doing that. But focusing more on the objects at the beginning of the week and then moving into pictures. But we definitely get those little coffee stirrers. And there was something I did with the second graders last year, and it was basically with a bunch of straws. I did it Scholastic Saturdays, where you just threw out a bunch of straws on the ground and you asked them to count them. And they all start counting by ones. Ask them if there's a faster way to count, you know, and kind of move the discussion towards grouping them into 10s. That could be maybe our mini lesson on Monday.
Yeah, I like that. Straws.
Yeah.
I need to buy straws.
I could go out and get the straws. I could just get 3 big boxes.
I'm gonna call
That's
McDonald's
a good
and ask them to donate a box of coffee stirrers.
Who?
McDonald's.
Hey, that's a great idea.
That's perfect.
So you're gonna do that, Ms. Potts?
Yeah, I'll call
Or you
McDonald's
can
and
go
ask them.
to- Just go to Shakes and grab a handful.
Yeah. Every few days.
I'll let them get the good, lovely feeling from donating there.
Yeah.
I can't say no to kids.
Do they have the straws or is it the stirrers? I feel like they have the little plastic
They
stirrers.
have stirrers.
Let's see. Grouping straws into groups.
So you need some rubber bands. Are you going to bundle them?
Count.
So you need rubber bands too.
And teach them. I had to teach them how to use a paper clip.
And then it'd have to be like small rubber bands. How to use a paper clip?
Who get those hair bands?
Those are fun.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so our mini lesson on Monday is grouping straws into groups of 10s, basically to help us count.
Right.
How can we count? Okay.
Tuesday, should it be just reinforcement of the same skill, and then further in the week, should we be like the same skill, but then having them write like 5 groups of 10, 3 extra to get them
Should we do extra or leftover?
It should be
left over?
Make sure you put that vocabulary in this week.
Okay, so,
Monday's straws.
yeah, I've got Monday, grouping straws into groups of 10s to help count. Having a discussion about how can we, you know, count large amounts. Tuesday, reinforce the same skill with another object or straws.
Yeah, we could do popsicle sticks.
I got a ton of those, so. Might not need to go get any. And then Wednesday,
Vocabulary is a bundle. Bundle for vocabulary and 10 if you don't have it.
I need to hurry up and get some lamination paper so I can laminate
My
mine.
mom said it was supposed to be here already.
Math,
when
vocabulary,
she talked to the
arts,
two.
last year.
Yeah, I never laminated them because everyone was like, don't use laminate.
I know.
I'm like, but there's,
But they're on car stop, so you really don't have to laminate.
yeah, but I like to tape,
Yeah, I know.
I want them to be on the other wall, like I don't want to.
I want them to be around my math bulletin board as I start putting them up.
That'd be cool.
yeah, mine are laminated. I've got like the sticky wax on the back. It's the same sticky wax from last year. Stick it on the wall.
Nice.
You have to like move it around a little bit so it works, but, okay, so Wednesday, do we wanna go into like recording your work?
Yeah.
Like how you can write blank groups of 10 with blank left over?
Yeah, we can
And
make
we'll
a
use that
recording
vocabulary
sheet.
all week, but Wednesday really focus on them.
Do you have a recording sheet on here for that?
Bag of tricks.
I need to like just come and make copies of your stuff to put
I
in
know.
my box.
Well, now,
Do you leave that out?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'll just come like.
Just a
when
little
they
bit at
get
a
some-
time, bring
Yeah.
some paper, make a ton of copies.
So those are the papers that y'all used last year?
over the summer, I sorted every single standard for math and ELA. And then, yes, well, it's me and then my friend who works at Gibsonville, who's in first grade. We did it together because I wouldn't have done it if I wasn't with her. And then we exchanged materials. So this is 2 classes. Like, this is something they use for, like,
That's cool.
Yeah.
That is cool.
so
You wanna show them this, Bruce? Yeah, I really like that.
So I have, yes, this is ours, and it isn't even because I threw stuff away because I wasn't gonna be able to fit it in the crate.
Yeah.
I had so many copies.
I'm surprised you haven't done that.
Yeah, well, I will, but I didn't do that. That's not what I do with my summer.
It's never like.
That's
it's not
good,
organized
right.
like this.
I have no life.
I have
Sorry.
maybe
I made the folders.
3 folders
With the
in
standards.
my,
And I went to grad school.
yeah, check it out.
Well, I have kids, so.
Overachiever.
trying to get out of college for good early in life.
Yep.
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, you have, you found the page in here, right?
Yeah, the topics, it's the lesson 11 topic.
If I can find something while y'all are doing it, I'll see if I can find something.
Okay. I think I feel like we jumped right to 10s and 1s last year and didn't do
Grouping.
many
Yeah.
grouping,
Mhm.
which I think then in turn, like, confused them when we asked them to find another way,
Mhm.
because they were so,
Focus on
Right.
place value mat
Yeah.
and 10s and 1s,
Yep.
yeah. Oh, this is kind of fun. Not really for anything too serious, but it's, you know,
So
they've
work
got
on
10s and 1s at the diner. We need flowers for everyone. How many flowers can you count? And they've got them in groups of 10s. And the plates. This looks kind of fun. Maybe for like some morning work or something like that.
and I remember last year with the, was it crayons in the box?
Yes.
They got caught up because there weren't actually a picture.
The crayons in that box.
There weren't 10. And they were like, but they're only 9 crayons. This isn't a group of 10. I'm like, whoa. But it tells you there's a group of 10.
Yeah. The last crayon is like short and someone broke it in half.
Yeah.
It's in the bottom.
Stuck down in the box.
It's there. It's there.
I'm wondering, like, because there's usually a game with these, we need to go into the book room and see if we can find these boxes, since we gave them all away last year to the kids. Because normally there's a game with each one, but I can't find it in here.
It won't be in there. It would be like the it would be in a totally different thing.
Really?
No, it won't be in there.
In that
Okay.
box.
You can print them, you can copy them,
Yeah,
so, yeah, it's
from
not,
from like in there?
yeah, it would be right in there.
Oh, sweet, okay. Well, we could probably find a game from there
Like,
to
pull
use
out
in
one
the
of the,
centers.
do you have it in there?
It's
Yeah,
topic
it should be
11.
in there.
Is it 10 or 11?
11.
It should be in there.
Ugh, I got 10, 12, and 13.
So Thursday, we could also focus on recording your work, blank groups of 10
Mhm.
with blank left over, but also move into like pictures, like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yes.
using,
And I have those pictures if we want to use it.
which pictures?
The bundles of the.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we could use pictures, we could even have them do like activities where it's like,
Let's see, I don't know.
oh, you don't?
No, we don't
I
do
have it,
that.
I can look in there.
after school today.
Have you guys introduced the tens frame?
No.
Okay, because this would be a really great time. to
Well, I
do the
have
tens
that
frame.
one center, it's got the, but not exclusively, like they're just, they know it's a
Oh.
center and they're counting.
I have, they all filled? We could do a center, but it would just be for the tens, but that is the 10 standard. They need to understand that whatever is a group of, so we could cut them individually and then have number cards 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and they could put out how many tens frames they need
Yeah,
for that number.
and I think I have a PDF with 10 frames that are filled and like empty and in
Like
between.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then they
Somewhere.
can make the number with how many groups of 10 and then how many left over.
So do we want to introduce tens frames this week, this
I don't-
upcoming week?
Is that like a
Should we-
strategy
Mm-hmm.
Do
to
that,
group them into tens?
It is.
yeah.
Cause that, you were doing bundling, so that could be your next strategy,
So Thursday,
which they should be familiar with that as well,
introduce the tens frame.
cause that's a skill.
And they could do beans there or counters or whatever.
Yeah, we
to
could
put
have them beans, put them in, yeah.
We
actually
have
put
those
them-
red and yellow counters too.
Mhm. I wonder if I could use one of these and like white it out.
Good.
Cause they're
If it's
small
blue,
enough
if
to where
it's
you
blue,
can
why
fit a bunch
On a page.
on
yeah.
a page. I don't know where she got this. She got the, this is on Jim's.
Gotcha.
Oh,
So you're talking about using it like in a center?
with
Well,
the 10
that-
frame?
Yeah, what Ms. Fraser's talking about.
Eventually, after we've taught it.
Yeah, after Thursday and after I think the following week.
Yeah, we'll put it
probably.
in the center the next week probably.
So introduce.
But have them
tens
doing
frames
activities with
Thursday?
it like.
Cause
with
I
mini
have
lessons.
some, I just have to find them.
Okay.
I have
Yeah.
some that already have, like half of it's filled in, some of them, like you would have to look and see if it's 14, cause you have one filled in and one with 4. I have them, I just have to look for them.
Okay, cool.
Oh, I don't know if you guys wanna do this, but I found this last night. It's my teens on the 10 frame book. And it's just a little booklet, especially for, students who really struggle with the teens.
That
So
could be
they-
problem of the day.
Yeah, it could be, so each day.
They fill in one and we can go over it.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
You know, I don't know, I thought it only went up to 16, but it goes all the way up to 20. So let me put that in here.
They
We
could
could
do that
s-
for one of their, like one of their groups on
Is to complete.
Thursday to do that book.
To complete number, whatever.
So we would hand that out to them on Thursday or Friday. So we're teaching them about the 10 frame on
Thursday.
Will we want to introduce the book to them then, or do we want to do it like during centers at the beginning of the
Next
next week on Monday?
I mean, we could,
If we do one
we could do the
together,
first one
then-
on Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah.
As kind of the practice before we break up.
Thursday, yeah.
And then after the assessment on Friday, they can, do you guys still do centers on Friday after you do your assessment?
I do. It's
I mean,
usually
I
like
still
Mondays
have,
and Fridays, like the center time is shorter
Yeah.
because of the assessments. But I always have them in their groups. Yes.
Cause I have to have that Friday time to make up for Tuesday time.
I
Okay.
really have enjoyed math centers. So do we want to keep Friday for review and intervention and extension? We'd also be doing the 10 frames again.
Yeah.
Friday. Okay, 10 frames day 2, and then review of the week.
Yes.
Alright. So that's what we've got for now, for next week. Sound good? You want me to read it?
No, we can
Okay.
do it tomorrow. All right.
You had to put your name in the thing?
I'm asking this part. I remember, did you want to hung the names up on the?
That was
What was
the,
that?
Scrabble, the add three numbers together, and like that was an extension of that.
I just found one.
Where they did the
Yes,
value
right,
of their
your
name.
name.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Maybe when
I'll send it to y'all.
it was talking about the value,
Do what?
the value of the name.
Yeah, we did, didn't we? Oh no, that was that with adding more than
Yeah.
one number in an equation?
It was three, we did it as an extension. Oh, that's cute. It's really cute, I like that.
That'd be fun to put out in the hallway.
Name and a
Or in our
time frame.
files.
It's called name and a time frame.
Name it, can I say it?
I'll send it to y'all.
Oh Lord, do I have any about
I like that.
secret lines?
I do.
Mahamadou. He's gonna need to.
I think I'm good.
M-A-M-A-H-A-M-A-D-O-U. No, 9. We're good. We're good.